Hello. Welcome back to the Big Fat Sidekick channel. I'm so pleased to be reading again for you today. Okie dokie, so we're going to look at Meghan again, okay, and see if she's doing these things on purpose as well. So let's have a look. How does Meghan feel about this Arrow company? So I've got like a trusted hard worker here, obviously male, maybe between the age of 25 and 45. He's supposed to be, working something to make this work, okay? Which makes no sense because she's forgot every check for every major organisation, or spelt things wrong, or got, the geographical areas wrong as well. So it's to appear to be making money. So does she want to? Well, we do know as well, don't we, for a fact that she only took up Arrow to piss William and Catherine off, or not piss them off, but because she wanted to, but they wouldn't react that way. But yeah, she wanted to get one over on them as well. How does Meghan feel about the patent, saying that they can't call it American Riviera Orchard? I tell you what, it's just a dream for them, isn't it? A way to get rid of it, make it go away. Okay, so yeah, how does she feel about the patent effects on Arrow? Well, I mean, it could be another, because she's going to pull a stunt, so she's going to do something that generates a lot of press once again. Look, this Arrow business has had people talking about it a lot. Can you imagine now, if not so much of a name change, but reapplying as something else, she goes from bad to worse with this Arrow painting thing. I don't see her stopping. I see her doing something else. And again, it's all about, getting attention, positive news articles. And there was. Everybody's frightened to death to say the truth. But, there was getting a lot of coverage, should we say. You see, it's okay to have an idea. It's okay to start that idea. It's also a good idea to start the process of things. What's not a good idea is not being sure of your demographics and locations and, the actual name where you live. You're pushing a fan line. You want to be successful, not pissing people off. But I do see you going back with something else, I'm afraid. Did Meghan not sign, is Meghan deliberately trying to create situations that'll sabotage Arrow? Is she doing it on purpose? Well, I've got Harry here, so, he's watching. Was it Harry's job? Was it Harry's job to, become, what was it, that site? Delinquent, okay. Was that Harry's fault as well? I'll tell you what, when staff go there, they're shocked at how little there is to do. Even, you know, a couple of people, 5 people, you know, we're talking a very small group here. And that's what shocks them, you know. People go into there and think, what the hell? And then you've got Meghan, you know, doing all these things that totally contradict what you're trying to achieve. So I feel she does these things for it to be talked about even more. Does she do these things deliberately, her and Harry, to kind of get different attention? That feels like, oh, everything's for attention. Look at that, look. Everything's well planned and thought out as well. Do you know what? I was thinking, I don't know if it was yesterday, but I was thinking about that Spanish comment I made. And do you remember the second one where he goes, oh, can you help me out, please? You know, can you say it for me? And she does. That was all planned. That was planned to the last minute, okay? So they knew they was going to do that. And, yeah, it's like... There's nothing he doesn't know, because Meghan has to tell him. Meghan is in control, so she has to give every instruction, you know, every word, every look, every signal. Yeah, I think, you know, they work well together at this, don't they? So, at different things. I mean, mainly it's all about failure or just being inept, really. But they're not being inept, are they? They know the score. They know all the solicitors' roles, the lawyers, the philanthropists, the fucking humanitarians. You know, oh, they know everything, okay? So, yeah, this is what they're doing, just spanning one thing out after another. And that's why you get something coming back, which will be new name. Again, a hype for about 3 months. 3 years. I don't know. Getting handbags at dawn here. Shoes. These are all fashion. I can, you know, I can rightly assume that. I mean, is she going to have a fashion empire? Well, whatever idea she had, well in the past, you know, they're trapped there. So I think Meghan's going to have to figure out some information as well before she can go forward. You know, find out what's in the past. Well, when she's had fashion, if you can call it that, but again, she does shit like that to get talked about. Everything gets talked about, from what she wears to a nail varnish to that little sticker patch on her arm to a wide gaping hair gap, you know, all sorts of things. So, yeah, she's judged on it. But, I mean, what can she do differently? Well, what's she hoping for? New designers? She said up and coming. Them dresses, I have to say, right, honest to God, I have to say, I bought some clothes for my holiday off Temu, okay, it looked all right. And why, if you look at those dresses, like, it's like sponge, you know, it's not material, it doesn't match the material. I mean, if you're going to wear a green dress, it's a green dress, isn't it, in and out. But well, yeah, actually, but so yeah, with hairs, it's like, I don't know. So she gets them talked about, but I don't think that there's many sales. Okay, she doesn't generate sales. Well, you know, your fashion views could be the reason, Meghan, for that. Is she going to, so, yeah, will she bring out something, you know, different? No. Will Meghan replace Arrow with a different name and hinting at a different brand? you know, I think right now it's a good thing to delay it. So I think she said about a cooking program and all like that. That's getting you know, put away to January. But if you saw yesterday's reading, then you'll know she's losing projects. Okay, so she's going to have to do it in a different way to save humiliating herself as well. So the fact that it's another check in the post kind of situation just doesn't wash with us anymore. But is anybody going to actually speak up and take her to task? Nah, they're not. Not anybody. Not the males. Not the media. Not people that matter. You know, she's ruined it, hasn't she, from start to finish. She's made it look like catastrophic, really. A danger. No one will want to invest in something like that, where they announce themselves, they've got no product, you can't contact them, there's nothing to, you know, list. You don't, you know, when do you go back, if you go back at all? And then the fact that it's been, you know, never mind criticism, okay, but, you know, logically, people don't invest in startups to still months later not have any thing. People just don't want to. They've pulled out. No one, you know, there's not much interest. People with big money, whether she knows them or not, you know, she's they want bang for the buck, you know. They want to know the far end of a fart. They want to know, you know, what products it is, and your yearly turnover, and you know, your capital costs, assets, all sorts of you know, numbers and finance. And at the end of the day, they're not going to invest in something that's as wishy-washy and unguaranteed as this. Also, given the fact of Meghan's history of often creating things and never, you know, well, you don't even get on to the next stage before ending, you know. I feel like Arrow's going to take a bit of a dive, you know, might be rested. Does Meghan make mistakes in paperwork wise to, you know, intentionally? So, does Meghan do it intentionally? Yeah, she does, but there's only so many checks that can only get lost in the post. There's only so many bills, you know, that can draw attention from the public. So, yeah, they're continuously doing this, and it's working for them as well. You know, there's no one noticed there's a cycle out there, you know. A cycle. But no, a cycle, isn't there? So, I mean, once, twice, 3 times maybe you've just been unlucky or bad management. But me, I say you do 3 to onwards, and it's intentional. So it is, and they have to up the game all the time. So, you know, I know what these staff are doing. They're running off ideas, you know, that can do things so garner attention. So, you know, Meg, don't pay your bill this week, and we'll leak it. And then you can say it's, you know, it gets pressed. Then you can say, oh, it was lost in the mail. It gets pressed, and then you never hear anything more from it. So that's what they're doing, you know, a well-oiled machine. Now, I bet the staff did not think, you know, they would be coerced into doing these things, or, you know, this particular line of work. Does Meghan want Arrow to disappear and sink forever? Yeah, it's a damaging situation. She's wasted opportunity after opportunity to, you know, do this right, but she didn't. She started off because she wanted to piss off William. Okay, so the ideas was sketchy. Obviously, if she's done it off the back or in retaliation, she's come up with some, but you haven't done any, you know, all it's done is cause you hassle, so more damage because of, she's going to make out she's sinking it herself, okay, and she is not. And she's got plenty of other ways as well. So we've had the delinquency, we had something else, now we've got the check again, and I'm saying check because there's money involved. Yeah, she's got the check again. She's just doing it so many times, okay? So will Megan, universe, will Megan in the future forget to sign off paperwork with her projects, or, you know, not the check gets lost or not paid? Well, you know, I don't think there's hardly any staff at all. I'm telling you now, whatever we're seeing is not what is. Yeah, that was never there to begin with, and the staff as well. It's like the staff, you know, any staff there, cleaning staff, nannies or whatever, would probably never read much about Arrow, just the name and that's it. And even her own staff, like I say, I think there's just a small pool of them now as well. I certainly see about 5 people, and then I see, you know, somebody else working from home. And then you've got a couple of, you know, freelancers, so they could be more staff, okay, but not needed as much. Particularly, I think 3 girls. So what is the fact? Well, you didn't do things the way you needed to do, or that you should have done, Megan. So I think this is about to blow up in somebody's face here. So if people are worried because there was nothing there, and there's always problems. I think staff are on the knife edge, you know. So does Megan have staff that work on Arrow? So I do feel like, you know, briefly people are aware of this, but I don't see, you know, I see something else. I don't see the staff dealing with this at all. Megan won't allow it neither. So I get it. I think there's 2 people, but one she favours. Okay, so 2 people that she has and favours. So she, you know, she's going to give you the dead end jobs, like you know, ring for this, or write for that, or publish this, or you know, more. It's because Megan won't let go now, so she's got these 2 individuals that was meant to be working for Arrow, and now she wants to, you know, keep them and make them stay, but she never gives them enough to be able to go out and progress in the work that they're supposed to be doing. So yeah, she's still hanging on to 2 people. I don't know why, you know. It's more about power, actually, and not wanting to back down, and not wanting to look, you know, silly to the staff, because she does, you know, suspect staff of, you know, not being totally loyal, especially the ones that she shouts at. So how do the staff feel? I don't think, you know, they have that. There's no need for that staff. Everything you could do, you can fit on a stamp. Are we going to hear any more explosive, you know, leaks about Arrow? They're gonna kill it, you know. They're gonna kill it, and that's it. So, like I say, it's all about getting another opportunity. They're working all the time to create good PR, and then negative PR, and then good PR, and then negative. So, you know, there's no way Meghan's gonna go through this. Okay, so it's like it's an absolute no. So she'll use the excuse of the patents, I guess, and answer very little about it. I just see it like, you know, it's a slow death here for the Arrow. See, Meghan's too proud to be able to say, well, I don't want to do it anymore, you know, get rid. Or she could have, and then her advisors or whoever have to concoct a story. So, you know, to make it sink intentionally, so it doesn't take, you know, it's just like a problem that Meghan's had time and time again. Not that she failed and gave in and gave up and decided this was not the right path. She would never have that. Okay then, so outcome for the staff in Arrow. Outcome for the staff. Yeah, look, all is not what it seems. I don't think think this maybe is a project with just, you know, two allies, but one in particular. And also, if there was staff there, they would know that this was done with, you know, for William. It's to cause confusion. How many employees does Meghan have, please? Around 4. Yeah, it's 4. I don't know if these staff work, you know, somewhere else. I mean, I know where she's shown us that, you know, staff walk in and then staff go, but we only know about 18. Seems a little low for Meghan. So she, you know, she's got a man there, so that's probably who the man with power is, who's the boss. So you've got somebody else managing them. Who was very strict as well. You know, you'd know he was a manager or a boss. They all turn up in suits as well, you know. He turns up every day in a suit. This guy's not sat at home, so, you know, he's obviously with Meghan a lot. So I kind of feel... I kind of feel like a father here, a father figure. Or he's a father. Well... So I think, yeah, they can. He has got children. Is it HR as well? HR? I think so. HR. Harry and Rachel. Huh? Human resources. Oh dear. Yeah, I kind of feel like so you've got a lesser of contact, and then she'll just shout and bawl at him. How does this, boss feel about Megan? Yeah, that, she'll say she's told you to do something and she hasn't, or, amend this, or always exaggerating the truth, to try and gain favour. So what that is like getting messages out to the public, the mainstream media, to garner attention. And when you don't get the, attention that she wants, you're in trouble. She has often days where she won't speak to him. That would head do me, wouldn't it, you? Okay, then, outcome for Megan on this Sarah business. Well, in actual fact, people will blame her anyway and say you caused it. Everybody's going to say, oh, she didn't do this, she didn't do that, and that's the reason why it's failed. So she's caused it herself, it's her own actions. People say, oh, well, it's her own fault, it's her own actions. She's going to blame somebody else, as they often do, don't they? Actual loss. Yeah, she's going to be deemed. So she may try and come out and make out it's one thing, and then obviously we, the public, are going to know that it's another thing as well. Did Megan invent error to scupper Will's attendance? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So she wanted to interrupt his thoughts, his way of thinking as well. You see, it's not just about what somebody says to you and make you feel bad. It's also the time lost, dwelling over it. The fact that you're in a mood, so you can't be asked to go and do something that you had planned that day, there's that as well. There's the two sides. So yeah, she was doing it for him, and she knew exactly what she was doing. And she also wanted to know what thoughts was going through his mind. She's obsessed with William. I'm telling you, she is. And not because of anything that she said, like choosing Harry or William. Nothing like that. But the fact that everything she does affects William. Well, we all know William isn't trashy enough to go for that kind of mess. So, but yeah, she's obsessed in a way, which is worrying. I mean, when you have a stalker, right? I mean, in the UK, it's illegal now. But when you have a stalker and they're putting things on Facebook or this, that, and the other, and they're selling stories about you, posting pictures, that's what Meghan Markle does to him and Catherine on a daily basis. I don't know. I do not like that side of it. There's not many sides I do like, actually, but, sometimes where credit's due, I will give it. Yeah, all about William. All about William. And now everybody knows, but they won't say it. They will not say it. Okay, guys, that's it from me. I'll be back in a couple of days. Hopefully, I might squeeze one out tomorrow, Friday, the 6th, I think. But I'll leave on Saturday night, so I'll have the internet, hopefully, by on Monday. Okay, I don't get there till late Sunday. So yeah, that's it really. Yeah, you can expect a few readings and speed reads. I've already been doing a couple to just get down the list of them. So speed read is, you know, it's I think it's headed Truth is Stranger Than Fiction. And it absolutely is. Okay, so there you go, guys. I'll